Welcome people of the YouTube. So we just got started on the stream, and when we last left off, actually I sort of cut the video short, but we continued the previous stream doing some extra work. Nothing too crazy, but we sort of extended the power lines. As you can see, I think we ended the episode, or the actual episode that ended on YouTube, somewhere around here. But I did sort of continue adding power lines. I think the most amount of work was done on this little peninsula. So, you know, as you can see, not a lot of work was done. And then the power line sort of continues over here, following the freeway pretty much all around. Oh, we also did some terraforming here that we need to come back to and make a little pretty. And then all the way around here, and this is pretty much where it ends. And this is, just to give you some reference, this is the main bridge that sort of enters the city. So my plan for today, for this video in particular, is to detail this whole area, and maybe if we have time, work on how we're gonna sort of integrate this power line on this side with well, the rest of the city somehow. I don't know if I'm gonna have power lines going across. Oh man, God dang it. Yes, all right. So I got these like fancy super tall power lines that should be more realistic for crossing over, you know, large bodies of water. So we might need to add another sort of pillar in the middle. Might make the bridge look a little ugly, but this whole area is kind of industrial, so I don't know, might work out, but we'll figure that later. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we have to. See what I did there? So yeah, let's start sort of making this pretty. So we're gonna come back to this area, and I feel like the first thing that I want to do is sort of add like a layer of sand and rocks and things. So just like a little touch like this. It's kind of easy to overdo it, but we'll try our best not to. We're having a discussion in the chat about how everyone hates daylight savings time. So I'm sure there's going to be some comments on that in the video as well. But yeah, we're all like pretty upset about it, and we don't understand why it just keeps being a thing. I think we should raise this tower a little bit, don't we? Also, we should probably bring the sound effects for the game. I always forget. To like, there we go. Now we can hear the game, hopefully. Let me know if it's like too quiet, because since I'm not adding music, it's usually, you know, at least a good idea to have like some sort of layer, like a base layer of like birds and cars and things. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, I highly recommend you watch this at like 1.5 speed, maybe even 2 if you feel adventurous. I was watching one, or at least like reviewing one of my recorded streams at 2x speed, and it's like pretty watchable. It probably, if you're not native in English, might not be, but for the most part, it was. Let me do something like this. We're gonna add a bit of a sand here as well, so it's not gonna be all rocks, just so you know. Just wanna like gently add, you know, like sprinkle a bunch of rocks. We're gonna need to add some vegetation. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Also, this one should probably be raised up just a little bit, something like that. Same with this one. I just popped in, so maybe someone mentioned it. We're getting rid of daylight saving time in 2021 in the EU, I believe. Oh, well, good for you. What a time to be alive. We should probably like not raise all of them up, just enough that they don't cause the terrain underneath to warp. Sprinkle a few of these rocks, not a lot of them. See, we already had a few rocks sprinkled around here. Let's do like a few patches too that sort of cross the road so that it doesn't look... You basically wanted to avoid it be like too staged. So like, for example, here you have this like exposed rock. So it makes sense to have like a bunch of clusters of rocks sort of meander around. Also, this big hump that we have here, I think we can maybe perhaps improve on this. I mean, we're going to be detailing pretty much this whole corridor, so that should be, I don't know, interesting, hopefully. There we go. That's much nicer slope going up. Doesn't necessarily have to follow the train tracks or anything, but I think it's just, I don't know, it all kind of works out. So let's just keep adding a few rocks even like around here in these patches in between the trees. See, here's a little bit too extreme. The more subtle you make it, the better, I think. Wait, some countries do not use daylight savings? Yes. My home country does not. It used to for like a year, and then it was like, no, this is... I mean, my home country has a lot of dumb ideas, but that one, like, they realized pretty quickly that... I'm talking about Argentina, in case you were wondering. They realized that, no, that's just dumb. Especially because Argentina is offset by an hour where it technically should be, if you look at the map, mostly so that they could trade with Brazil. So it was kind of a cluster. Oh, I think I need those like rocks in the middle of the water here, so because this makes a bit more sense, I believe. Let's do it kind of like that. All right, so we have some rocks up in here. We have the power lines. Let's I was thinking, so we have these also tiny power lines as well, which I guess we could keep. I mean, it sort of follows, you know, it's not completely unheard of that you have high tension power lines and these like not super crazy power lines. So here, let me actually get a bit of a paper towel because I have a runny nose. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I want to continue the power lines. I think I do, but first let's continue the fence, because I do want the fence. I want some separation between the train tracks and the actual road. So thankfully I made a perfectly straight line all the way up to here. So that helps. Check it out. That's pretty cool. And here, actually, what's the distance? 1 unit. Perfect. So unless I'm mistaken, we can do this, and we can do that. Actually, can probably just add a few of these segments, so mostly so that we have like a, you know, like a guide. And then we can do this, and now it's like mostly a perfectly equidistant fence. It's kind of wonky, but maybe we can like manually fix it, or leave it as is. That could also be an option. I feel like if we do, oh yeah, there we go. The first snapping point, I think it's probably good enough. I kind of like that. I love pylons. I actually kind of like them too. The I mean, obviously, it wouldn't make sense for them to be like bricks, like they are right now. But I don't know. From afar, they look okay. Hopefully, you're referring to those pylons and not something else. Large power lines often turns abruptly. Going around a gradual curve is not economical. That's a very good point. And I kind of did that, I guess. We could potentially do something like this. Actually, it might be better to do it like this. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I was on the fence on it. But maybe here we are okay. Actually, I only want notes in here, so perhaps... notes, please. There we go. And why is this not snapping? Oh, now it's snapping. All right, we're pretty much on point there. And we could perhaps space these out just a touch. Maybe raise that node. Yeah, this curve, there's no way I can have like a straight line going from here to here. That's why I kind of curved it up. But maybe this should go to here, perhaps? I don't know. I feel like it will look not super great. Like might look more realistic, but like realistic not always is what you want. Let me finish the fence, then we'll figure this out. Hopefully. Also, which is the fence that I was using? Was it this one? No. Net picker. Oh, it's like way down. Fine. I think we can pretty much go all the way up to this tree line here. Right. So can I actually make this connection? Yes, I can. All right. Maybe get rid of that. Grab segment. Come on. There we go. Sweet. Kind of want this to sort of blend in on that sort of bush and somehow actually here, let's extend this around there. And we can pretty much connect it over there. There we go, that's not too bad. There's a bit of a hump here we should probably take care of, because trains, you know, trains want smooth rides. So perhaps let's grab that node. It's probably a good enough gradient, so point A, point B, and it all works out. Awesome. First time watching the stream. Hi, well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I think chat is getting a little crazy. But it seems like it's under control. So if it gets too intense, let me know. Like, at me, so that I know I should probably put some moderation. I can't, like, literally read every message, but I know it's happening like pretty fast. Oh boy, we have over 100 people. Well, welcome 100 people. Ping the net, how's it going, sir? Long time no see, literally like 24 hours. Okay, I'm not sure what to do about these power lines. Like, I don't love this design. Maybe, hang on, what would it look like if I got rid of that? Oh boy, that's pretty bad. Oh, that was a curve. Let's see if we have like a straight line here. That might make things better. And now we remove this. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. I like it. Maybe this power line should be parallel to the road. I think that's gonna make it even nicer. I'd say maybe like right around here. So it's parallel to this-ish and parallel to this-ish. Not everything has to be perfectly, you know, symmetrical and parallel, just so you know. I'm eyeballing things kind of on purpose. What if we do it like this? I mean, that's not bad. Actually, that looks a little better. And actually, perhaps we can just do that. No, that's bad. That's bad. Let's have it the way we had. Perfect. Love it. That's exactly what we want. What if we just bring it right up against the edge here? Maybe we get rid of this node. Come on. There we go. So try to have less nodes that go more straight than anything. Please snap. I guess there's no snapping point here, so that's okay. And here, we just snap it, please. Come on. Oh, there we go. Now it's snapped. I feel like the distance between these two towers is a bit too extreme. All right, I see. Thank you, Maddie, for putting some order in the chat. While I fix power lines. There might be some PO, there may not be some PO, we'll see. I don't know if you watch Flux's recent videos, specifically the last one. He's really into PO these days. Any advice for building cities? Oh man, what? I have like hundreds of videos on building cities. What specifically, do you have any specific questions? I'll be happy to answer. I feel like I need an extra node here somehow. Let's bring the nodes where I want them. Yeah, I'll have no choice here but to have this kind of curve in between the power lines. I'm sorry. There we go. And there we go. Then that looks okay. All right, so not only have to convince Jay, and I only have to convince Jay, and I've achieved my goal. Oh man, Jay is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough. He doesn't even want to do it for like tiny things. Vote no to PO. Oh man, I think you need to ban more people, Maddie. Just kidding, just kidding. All right, so let's get some beautiful clusters of bushes up in here. Let's dress this coast a little bit. Let's go kind of bananas here. Also, we want, I think I want a few on this side as well, but we'll take care of that in just a sec. I want these like bushes on the coastline to be like really dense. Oh, we have a bit of a dip here. Let's see if we can fix that out. Brush size. Why is the brush size not showing? Okay, now it is. And I think we can get rid of the oil texture here. Just keep it all grass. Perhaps have like a few sandy banks right up against the edge. Same around here. Let's get some sandy shores. I was looking for this because I feel like it's a little too extreme right on this side. And I definitely want more of a gentle coastline. And I'm going to be causing some tsunamis, which I'm sure everyone loves. There we go. Man. We need PO in the map editor. But like, I mean, the map editor, yeah, I guess you can have objects in the map editor. Yeah, that could be a thing. I honestly, I guess I've been working on this project for so long that I rarely bother with a map editor these days. Try to like extend this coastline just a touch, and now we're gonna smooth it out. Man, look at that smooth frame rate. So smooth. And suddenly it isn't. Let's see what this looks like now. We're gonna be doing quite a bit of terraforming. Speaking of terraforming, actually, I'm wearing the terraforming shirt, which you can get at streaktoaster.com/store. Actually, this has been like by far my best seller. And by best, I mean like 10 people bought it or something like that. Probably because I don't push my merch enough. Pretty bad at that. But I remember this time. Okay. However, the people that did got it are super happy with it. Let's see. Let's get rid of the oil here. Something along those lines. I should really get that shirt. I've spent well over half my time in Skylines terraforming. I know, right? The cool thing is that it's not City Skylines. Like, whenever some other game comes out and you still want to do terraforming, you can wear the shirt. It's very multi-purpose. All right, I'm not gonna go detail that area of the map necessarily, but I think so far so good here. Let's grab a few of these tall boys and just add like a nice sort of shoreline of trees. And perhaps add a few more here because we deleted them in the previous stream when we were having the power lines sort of cut through here. Man, that's looking nice. I mean, obviously, I say that because I built it, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. We definitely need a few clusters of trees and bushes and things around here as well. So let's try to extend it Maybe up to, right up to the coastline here, because we don't have like a sandy bank everywhere, but let's just add a few of these bad boys. Take advantage of the good frame rate. Once I'm done adding trees, it's not gonna be terrible, but it's not gonna be amazing, you know. What job do you have outside YouTube? I mean, technically, like the technical term is software designer, I guess. My title, like, actually is principal designer, but basically what I do is UI and UX design. Even though lately I've been mostly doing like front end and a little bit of back end programming, so I kind of like I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, but. And like, if I had to tell my mom what I do, I'm a web designer. Like, that will be the easiest way to put it. But like a sophisticated web designer, if you will. Are we too close to the power lines here? Maybe. Let's bring this just a touch closer to there. There we go. Let's add some extra pines up in here. We're also going to add a, do we have, let's see, what kind of bushes do we have? Boom, 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 boom. I think these ones, we kind of want them on the inside because they will be a bit more visible. Just want to add enough that there's, you know, detail to see when you're at this level. We still need to add quite a bit more, like with the brush that I was doing not so long ago. And another thing that I want to do is like those giant, like, what is it, tufts? Yeah, these guys. Lawn tufts. These are like pretty small, but maybe the large ones. These are props. I kind of have to be careful. Actually, how we're doing in terms of props? 1,300. Man, we're so good. But that looks nice. In fact, let's sort of blend in a few of these like light color ones. Just every once in a while. Ooh, that was a fast train. Terraforming, it's not landscaping. I was just terraforming a second ago. I don't know, what are you talking about? It's all the same thing. I mean, it's part of the same process. Sure, it's not technically the same, but... Let's try to smooth this out. This bothers me a little bit. Maybe increase the strength. It's gonna cost some flooding again, I'm sure. Let's get a sandy bank in here. Maybe a bit further inland. Something like that. Perhaps a bit more around here too. There we go, nice. Let's grab these clusters of grasses, perhaps in pairs like so. I don't want to overdo it, but you know, it's kind of easy to overdo it. We have the advantage of having the grass sprites, which I actually really like. Sometimes they kind of get in the way and they're a bit too big, but for the most part, I'm happy with them. Let's just add a few more on this side. In random spots, it's usually sort of the best combo. How to plan cities? Like, what advice would I give you to how to plan cities? I don't know. I mean, I kind of just swing it. I try to like pay attention when I'm like traveling places. like to see how things were like outlined and designed, and then everything is kind of like automatically stored in my head. So whenever I need to like design something, it's like, oh, remember that thing I saw in this one country I visited, or this one city I visited. You don't necessarily have to leave your country. And then you try to replicate that. You find the closest assets you can in the workshop. Unless you're going for like, you know, try to like recreate it. And that usually what happens is like after a few minutes of you doing that, then you start applying your own thing. So you're not necessarily cloning, you know, like a real city in the world. Google Maps, by the way, is also a great tool to like get ideas on how to plan things. Yeah, by the time you spend, I don't know, like an hour trying to like maybe copy this thing from Google Maps or from whatever your neighborhood, then you start adding your own twist to it, and that where things become interesting. Unless you're one of those people that like to do like the perfect clone of a thing, which is, you know, that's a valid thing too. I tried that, didn't find it as interesting or as fun as maybe other strategies, but yeah, I think it's better if you start maybe with a base and then you just go crazy after that, which is kind of what I'm doing here. Did I answer your question, or do you have like follow-ups? And for whoever is in the chat too and it's asking questions and I'm not maybe seeing it, feel free to post it again. Because, you know, I kind of have to focus on building things, but I'd be happy to answer questions. Like this is pretty much a Q&A. And you can ask anything about the Skylines or, you know, whatever you have in your mind that I might be able to answer. And if you really want my attention, you can use your Twitch Prime sub or whatever. And on top of that, you'll get a building in Nydal. Actually, I wanted to mention that we're 2 subscribers away from 50, so that's going to be like my all-time high. So if you have a Twitch Prime sub there to spare, I'll be happy to take it. I don't know what to do with these tiny trees. Still working on power lines? Yeah, dude, this whole part, at least the first part of the stream, is going to be power lines. Takes time to get things looking the right way. Let's see how they look so far. Nice. I think I want like some kinds of trees and bushes and segments like on this side. So let's plan that out. Not this tree, but maybe the tents. I want to have like rows of trees like every once in a while. Like something like this. In fact, perhaps this whole segment could be like that. How does that look like? Just out of the blue. There we go. Hooray, Max gifted, oh man, to Samsung of all people. That's amazing. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Hang on, let's before we take care of that, let me I want to like delete a few of them randomly, just so that it looks less manicured. There we go, that's a little nicer. And in fact, let's get some like clusters of bushes sort of adjacent to them. We're gonna get you all hooked up, Sam, in just a second. And I think Max deserves another property. I'm pretty sure you already have it, or I don't know if you. Oh, because I think you gave a sub in the OpenTTD stream the other day. I can't remember exactly. But we're still gonna hook you up. Don't you worry. In fact, you know what? Here, let's switch gears. I hate getting off track, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a little house here at the top because Max has been gifting subs, and I feel like he deserves it. or she deserves it. I don't know. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you like a little house overlooking the water here. So here we go. Let's try to make it quick so I don't get too like off track on the thing. Also, this is not the road that I want. I want, we have like some fancy UK roads somewhere on my menus. You have 2 buildings already. Yeah, but like, I mean, you've been very generous. So let's also, you know, it's like part of the detailing process. So it's not all power lines. We're going to be doing fancy houses. I thought it was like a dirt road of sorts, but not this one. This one has like, this one has the hedges, which I guess they're okay. Yeah, no, I don't like them. Let's see. Let's go with this one. There we go, that's better. It's paved, but it's okay. So I think the house could like live up there. I should probably get rid of a few of these trees. History Adjuster, I know I'm late to the party, but I just finished watching FPS and including the 10-hour stream. Great content, thank you. Holy crap. Well, thank you. That was a bit intense, I'm sure, but I'm glad you enjoy. If we were to do that series again, which I don't think we will, but there's so many amazing assets these days now. It's not even funny. Can I get like the perfect tangent here, please? Come on. I guess I'll have to be closer to that. Okay, well, we'll get that fixed up. I mean, that's already not looking super bad. Maybe this should be a little farther out. Should do like a speed run of building like a side thing. Stop snapping to things other than angles. Let's get rid of that and do this. It's relaxing to watch you build while you're trying to program some stuff. Man, how can you like program, unless you're like know what you're doing, like you already have like the spec in your head of what you're trying to build. But like when I'm programming stuff, like it's tough. Like I can't quite concentrate. Like I can't listen to a podcast or anything. Man, this is kind of steep. Like maybe if I'm writing tests or something like that, then sure. But let's see, A and B. Will that work? Oh yeah, that works. Nice. Okay. In fact, let's do this. A and B. That's a nice, gentle curve. Let's make it. This curve is a little wonky, but perhaps we can fix it. Let's get Max the driveway that's deserved. Word Wolf, thank you for the sub, and we made it 50 subs. Holy crap! You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff Bezos, for all your kind support on the free Prime thingies. I actually kind of like this driveway now. All right, let's put down like a fancy house here, because obviously, you know, if you have this kind of driveway, you deserve a fancy house. And oh, dude, this is perfect. We can hook this power line to the house. So now there's like a justification for it. That's, dude, brilliant. I'm so good at this. It's not even funny. It's almost as if I'm like making all the decisions. And they're great. Everything's so great. Man, the ego on that guy. Jeez. I kind of want to use one of Titan's like mini mansions. It might be a little bit too crazy, but maybe we can have like a 2-story thing. Like this doesn't look super ridiculous, doesn't it? This is like, imagine like this is some oil tycoon, like old money kind of person. What if Max's parents were all like oil and stuff, and they actually had these kinds of houses in real life? That'd be very accurate. Needs an outbuilding. Okay. Oh, we got a resub from 2 months from Kaya here. Love your streaming more. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying streaming a lot more these days. I mean, I always enjoy streaming. I know I mentioned this a million times probably by now, but I hate like preparing the stream. Like the first, the 30 minutes before, I go live, it's just like kind of a dread because I have to like do all these things and like, but once I'm in and I see you guys in the chat, it's just like, oh yeah, let's freaking do this. We're kind of getting close to the 1 hour mark on the so quote unquote episode that I wanted to do. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna make a little pause in the recording for YouTube, and then because otherwise, yeah, let's do it. I'm doing this live. So I'm gonna fix this house, like make sure that it works and looks nice. Wow, so many subs. Holy crap, guys. Okay, yeah, let's finish this up. I'm gonna pause the recording. So basically, I'm doing live edits. I should have done that from the get-go, and then that way the people on YouTube are not super pissed that I'm posting only like super long episodes. All right, so the reason why I need this segment here is because there's no like driveway thing here, so maybe I can't do this. And the problem is that the fence, sorry, the gate is kind of on the other side. But at the same time, like I shouldn't be needing a gate here because like this whole driveway is private. We need like maybe an outpost here of some kind, like an outhouse. Yeah, let's get rid of all this stuff from this house real quick. So props, house, iron fence gate, bye-bye. And hedges for the most part is what I want to get rid of. Roof vegetation, parking decal hedge. And there's another hedge apparently. All right. So I think we will need to maybe move that over there. And maybe curve this road. And let's try to align that dirt patch. I mean, I'm sorry, Max, but you could have afforded like a paved driveway. I mean, come on. If you were in gifting so many subs, you probably were able to pay for like a better driveway. Actually, you know what? Let's give him a better driveway. Because I'm not sure I like these like decals all over. So can I actually remove the decals? Yes, I can. Decal mod 4. So here's what we're gonna do instead. We're gonna give him some cobblestone amazingness. Decals. Yeah, let's go with that. Here it is. the driveway you deserve. Can we rotate it so that it's not like... Let's try to keep those hedges, you know, not covered. That's nice. A guardhouse. Finally figure out how to link your Twitch and your Amazon account. Well, thank you. So I guess I'm your first. That's awesome. I think we need some kind of fence here for like the, you know, so that the kids don't like fall to their death, right? Maybe we can do something like this. You know, this reminds me, what was it? Last weekend, actually, my wife and I went to this this house in, actually, I'm sure many of you probably already seen it in a movie. There's this mansion in Beverly Hills. It's called the Greystone Mansion. And if you've seen the movie The Big Lebowski, for example, among many others, or even like the first Ghostbusters, they actually shot it at that mansion. And it's like a park. So if you're ever in LA, you want to see something cool, you can like walk the grounds, like that's like an open public park, and like a couple times a year they just open up the actual house so you can walk inside and like see what it looks like. This like crazy mansion up on the hills, and you can see the entire city of LA down. So it's, yeah, highly recommend it. All right, so I'm trying this new thing, YouTube, where I just make a random cut as I work things. Here's what the house we were just working on looks like. It's pretty cool, I think. This is was made for Max, one of the viewers, and we have the power lines sort of meandering in, which I think came out pretty great. And also we enclosed it with some walls and some trees. And then down here, we just spent some time, well, I guess off camera for you, just adding a few details on the power lines. We added this sort of semi-dirt road that's kind of beaten up. It's not connected the whole way. It's just like chunks and then surface painted on top of it, just so that it looks like a maintenance road for the, you know, the power company workers. We also have like some surface painter details here and there, marking trails going up on the hills. And we haven't detailed yet this whole part. I think we're going to do that continuing on the stream, but I'm probably going to be finishing this YouTube video now so that it doesn't end up super long. By the way, we also added this like little entrance here for the maintenance crew to go under the power lines, which I think came out great. It's obviously closed because, you know, no trespassing. Oh, we have some train action happening. Let's see. Wait. Where's the train? Oh, there he comes. Man, that was a quite the. Also, this thing is like placed the other way. Oh, is this because it's like a UK thing? So it's like left-hand drive. No, that wouldn't make sense because it's like on the whatever. I don't know why this is the way it is. Probably because of this, perhaps, because we have like nodes that are like kind of close with one another. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. It looks good when the train is not passing. Just trust me on that one. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be the end for this episode. I'm going to try to do this thing I was just telling the chat here a second ago, where I do live edits, so that you don't have to sit through like a 3-hour live stream that has no cuts. So I'll show you the interesting parts, and then that might make a much more interesting YouTube video. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like in the video and let me know what you think of potentially doing edits like this in the video. Just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one.